So far we have seen entering one purchase order header and put two lines for that purchase order header, and for the line 1 we created two shipment lines and the corresponding distribution lines. So let's just go and finish creating the shipment and distribution details for line 2. So I'll go and click on the shipments, and let's just say that all the 100 are going to New York for the sake of simplicity here. Okay, so here again I forgot to enter the promise date and or need by date, and it's prompting me to enter those. So let me put, instead of using the list of values, I'll just go ahead and enter the date manually. I'm just picking some arbitrary dates, and then let's go and click on the distributions. And again here it automatically populated the distribution. Okay, let's go ahead and save it now. So we have saved the distribution. So now by saving this distribution, we have effectively created a purchase order. So the next level is, in order for this purchase order to be sent to the corresponding supplier, this purchase order needs to be approved. So this is one of those, the system ensures that anybody who can enter a purchase order cannot just create a purchase order and send it out to the supplier. Based on the value of the purchase order, it's going to make sure that it goes through appropriate approvals before the purchase order can be sent out. So right now you see the status of the purchase order is incomplete because we just created the purchase order and we saved it, but it has not been approved yet. And so in order to approve, we go ahead and click on the approve as it is. Now let's just go and click on approve. So clicking on approve opens up the approve screen, and prompts you to submit for approval. So here we have the approved document screen, and it says submit for approval, and transmission method is email, so that's not, we don't want to transmit to an email address. Okay, let's just go ahead and submit for approval, and let's note down the PO document here. The PO, the purchase order number is 5367. Now actually before we go ahead and send it for approval, let's go and check the details on the back end in terms of the database, how this purchase order would look like. So yes, in the previous class we talked about org ID being org ID is used to logically differentiate the data among different operating units. Now the purchase order details or the purchase orders are stored respectively in the following tables. The purchase order headers are stored in PO headers all table. The purchase order lines is stored under PO lines all table. The purchase order shipment details, the shipment details are stored in PO line locations all table, and the PO distributions are stored in PO distributions all table. Okay, so now let's look at the different details associated with each of these tables, and how the data is stored with respect to the org ID in the next video segment.